everyone, so this is my review of The Flash, Season 5, Episode 5, called All Dolled Up. And essentially what this episode is about is that Nora tells Iris some more bad news about the future. And to sort of counter that, Barry tries to help Iris by teaming up to take down this new meta codenamed Ragdoll. And this was a really interesting and good episode that definitely had a lot of good moments to it, but it did feel a little bit weird around the whole villain in this episode of Ragdoll, and like his backstory and understanding like why he's doing what he's doing and stuff just felt odd to me and kind of felt incomplete, and that kind of bugged me. Where we did get by the end of the story sort of his story of like how he became a meta and stuff like that, where he was crushed by a part of the satellite and his bones all like broke and stuff, but he became a metahuman, so now he can sort of fold himself up and do all this different stuff. And that was really interesting and well done, and it was so good with how creepy they made it feel and all that. I did enjoy it, but it, like I said, it did feel weird, like his backstory of why he's evil and doing what he's doing, where he's stealing like jewelry from the rich and sort of messing with all these rich people and stuff, and like taking away like what people love and enjoy. And that just felt weird as to why he's doing it, because of the fact of, in his backstory, he came from like this really rich family and was given everything he wanted, but never given anything like he truly wanted. And that was interesting with how that sort of like compared to why he's acting up now. It was also enjoyable to see the scenes and stuff where Iris is continuing to try and reach out to Nora and do all this different stuff, but Nora's continuing to ignore her, and how that played into events later on in the episode where they needed Nora's help to save Barry, but she was still ignoring Iris, so Iris sort of had to do it herself. And that made for some really interesting moments where in this there came a moment where she had to do essentially whatever it took to save Barry, and she managed to do it just in time before both of them ended up getting killed. And that was really interesting, and especially it was really great with how that act of courage that Iris did managed to sort of mend the relationship between her and Iris. Or I mean between her and Nora. And that was just really great to see how that works, and I'm very interested to see what's going to happen going forward there. And then everything just with Nora in this episode was really great, with her and Cecile sort of talking and getting to know like Nora's parents more and stuff through Cecile telling Nora all these different stories and all that. And I especially enjoyed it with the fact of the way Cecile arranged it. It made it seem like she was telling stories about Barry the whole time and like what Barry was like as a kid and stuff based on what Jo has told Cecile. But then it was revealed by the ending story that actually this whole time she's been talking about Iris. And that was just interesting with how that was approached and stuff, and then how Nora sort of chose to accept all this stuff that she didn't know about her mother, and that her mother is not essentially the version in the future, that she's someone else now that is someone that Nora could truly get to know. Then everything with the whole rest of Team Flash in this episode was interesting, with them continuing to look into the disappearance of Caitlin's father, as well as a bit more into Cicada, but it was mostly focused on Caitlin's father in this episode. And them gathering all this information and stuff, and trying to use Cisco's vibe powers to help them to guide to where like her father moved to next and stuff. But then them discovering how that's actually affecting Cisco, because of the fact that he touched the one piece of shrapnel that takes away people's powers and stuff. And that was interesting with how they chose to approach that, where Cisco knew that there was something wrong, but he chose to ignore it to help his friend. And how his powers are slowly, like, I believe, like, somewhat of, like, depleting because of the fact of him using them so much. And I'm very interested to see what's going to happen there going forward with them either not having the ability to use Cisco's powers, or them having this thing where Cisco slowly ends up losing his powers because he uses them too much or something. I'm very interested to see what they're going to do there. Then just the whole reveal of what actually happened to Caitlin's father and like where he is and stuff. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen there going forward now that they're going to like this mysterious black site that he's possibly hiding in, and like why his Caitlin's mother and stuff was hiding that from her and everything there. I'm very interested to see all that play out in the next episode. And then just overall, this was a really interesting and great episode that definitely had a lot of really good moments to it. It was just so much fun to watch. And just, yeah. So that's my review of The Flash, Season 5, Episode 5, called All Dolled Up. So, yeah.